Hi everybody. Um, how's everybody doing? Hi. So my name is Devansh Javeri. How's everybody doing today? All good? Great. We already have 118 viewers. Hi Dipali. This is what I'm gonna do. I am shooting this from my phone, and yes, it's eggless. Everything is veg, 100% veg. These are all the ingredients that we have today. And I will be cooking a chili corn cheesecake. So that should be exciting. It's a savory cake. It's not a sweet cake. It's very versatile, and you can actually use it with anything. So the thing is, since we have so many viewers and I won't be able to keep up with all the comments on my phone, I'm setting up my tablet right here. So whatever questions you guys have, any of your comments, I'll be able to see them right here. And if I'm a little slow in answering, please bear with me because I am cooking and answering. So here we go. So I'm starting off. These are the ingredients. I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you all the ingredients today, right? So these are the ingredients right here. We have our cornmeal, which is makki ka atta. Don't use corn flour. It's actually cornmeal, which is your makki atta. This is maida. This is green chilies. This is salt. This is baking powder. This is baking soda. It's just a standard supplement bottle that I've used because I like to recycle. This is oil, and the stars of the show are right here. This is my Amul butter and Amul processed cheese and Amul Taza milk. So I'll be using these ingredients to make this chili corn cheesecake. And it's a very simple recipe. It is very versatile, and anybody can make it. I will be using my oven today. In case you don't have an oven, I'm just going to put this up on a tripod, so just hang on a second. In case you don't have an oven, you guys can use a pressure cooker and you guys can steam it as well. So that's up to you, what you prefer. I'm going to set this up on a tripod right now and set it up in such a way so that you guys can see me cooking, right? Okay, I'm going to set it up right here. Okay, so am I visible? Can you see what I'm doing? I'll try and keep an eye on what I'm doing as well. I have my tablet here, so I can also see. I can see your comments and stuff. So let's get started. If you want, get out a pen and paper. And you guys can see the recipe. Just one second. There's a lag in this. So yeah, guys, get out a pen and paper. And Savita, what I can do is I can tell you the measurements, and what happens is that once the video is up, I will come on there and I will post the entire recipe in the comment section, so you can refer to it later as well. So I'll give you all the measurements. Don't worry about the measurements. Just enjoy the recipe right now. And if you guys have any questions, bring them on. Just be a little patient because if I can't get to your questions right away, I will get to them. So yeah, here we go. So the first thing that we are using here is 1 cup of maida. Can you guys see it? This is 1 cup maida. Sorry, this is 1 cup makki atta, which is your cornmeal. Don't use corn flour. Don't get confused with corn flour. Otherwise, you'll be ending up with something that is not palatable, right? So this is already pre-measured. I've already pre-measured it to make things easier since we only have 30 minutes. This is 1 cup maida. This is also measured. You can use your maida. Also, one more tip: when you're using your makki atta, you could go ahead and use a thicker grade atta. That is much better than using just a very patla, very thin atta, right? And so the recipe name is chili cheese corn cake, and I'm going to put the maida in right here. Okay, so we have that in. Then we'll add a little bit of salt to this. Salt to taste. So I like to add like a 1/3 or a 1/4 spoon. So this comes to around 600-700 grams of stuff, right? The final product is around 600 to 700 grams. So you do need a little bit of salt because you want that taste in there, right? So Oh, hi. So good to have you from Philippines. This is amazing. Thank you for coming on from Philippines. Okay, so finally my comments are ready here, and I can see you guys, and so yeah. Now that we have the maida and we have the salt in, we'll go ahead and put some baking powder, right? And so this is baking powder because we are not using any yeast in this, and this is a vegetarian recipe, so obviously no eggs. So we are not adding any yeast. We need something to leave in the bread, right? So we'll be adding about this much, which is a little less than 1 tablespoon. You could go ahead and add up to 1 tablespoon, right? So this comes to this is basically a tablespoon measure, which is 15 ml or 15 grams, right? So another option. So Anusha, you're asking me what other option instead of maida? If you want to reduce the maida, you could go ahead and probably add a little bit more makki atta, or you could use wheat flour. So you could try that. So that works pretty well. So you could do that, but you need a little bit of maida in there just for the gluten part to be there, right? So you need the gluten in there. So this is again one tablespoon measure, and so we've got that in, and now we want to put in a little bit of baking soda. So this is the most important thing in there. If you don't add the baking soda, well, the second most important thing, we'll get to the most important thing very soon, right? If you don't add the baking soda, you won't have that texture in there. So I like to add about half a teaspoon to half a teaspoon, okay, which is about 7.5 grams or 7 grams. You just add it in there. Okay, now that's done. So now I am leaving out the green chilies for the end, and I'll tell you why. Because we'll be adding milk to this. We are not adding any water, right? We'll be adding milk to this. So first we have the dry ingredients in. We'll leave the chilies out, so we don't want the milk to curdle right away. So I'm just mixing in the dry ingredients really well. Mix them well. See that there are no lumps formed. If you want, so I had already saved this, but if you want, hi Vrinda, I have used a mixture of makki atta and maida. You have to use a mixture of both because we need the gluten from the maida to be in there to give it a better texture. So that is why we need some maida in there. So if you make it purely from makki, the flavor of the corn is going to be way too strong for you. So I would suggest use at least 1/4 to half portion of maida in the whole thing. Okay. Now to give this more flavor, I'm going to add some Amul butter, right? Now obviously all of you guys know what Amul is. Everybody's been eating Amul forever. We grew up on Amul. I literally grew up on Amul. We still use everything from Amul at home, right from milk. So right from milk, cheese, and butter, of course. And of course, Amul has that the nice yellow characteristic color of butter, which I really like. So what I like to do is put in about one tablespoon of butter. Okay, you can have 1 tablespoon of butter in there. And what we'll do is we're just going to microwave this, so it's more of a liquid format. So I'm just going to microwave this really quick in the back. Okay, and yeah, Dr. Vaishali. So Dr. Vaishali, I will be actually putting in the recipe in the comments with all the measurements. So don't worry about it. Hi Meher. So here we have the melted butter. Can you see the melted butter? It's nice and delicious. So we're going to add the melted butter to this, right? And now so I'm going to add some again, so because this is, so the thing is, you could omit the cheese if you like, if you don't have any, but I like using the cheese just because it adds so much flavor and body, right, to the whole recipe. So again, I have Amul processed cheese. I would suggest using processed cheese because it is conducive to melting and it melts very well. So I would use a processed cheese. So this is what I use. You could also use, so Amul has a Gouda cheese, right? So I don't know if you guys have tried it. It is quite popular, and I usually always use, the Gouda cheese from Amul. So, but however, I wasn't able to find a packet today, so I've just got processed cheese. But this works perfectly fine. Okay, so now here's a little tip, right? When you grate the cheese, so I'm using a box grater, but if you don't have a box grater at home, you could just use like a regular grater, right? But you know what? So here's a little tip, right? Whenever you're mixing cheese with anything that you're cooking or baking, make sure you have shorter, make shorter strands. Don't shred the whole thing in long strands, because you know what that happens is, yeah, because if you shred them in long strands, they don't mix easily, and there'll be pockets of cheese in there. I mean, there's nothing wrong with pockets of cheese. Cheese is always good. But if you want a good mix going on, if you want it to be mixed nicely, then this is what you need to do. So I would add about 1/4 cup of cheese to this. Again, this is all up to your discretion, how much you want to add and how much you don't want to add. But I mean, the more cheesier it is, the better it tastes, right? So now that's done. I'm just going to mix up again, all the dry ingredients, right? And now usually with a normal bread recipe or maybe a cake recipe, you would use a mix of water and milk, or just water for a bread. And this one, let me check on the comments. So yeah, but I like to use milk because, again, since we're using all these milk products, when you add milk, it just adds a lot of body and gives you a great phenomenal mouthfeel, right? So so again, I'm using Amul Taza toned milk, and this is what we use. We used to use the local bagged milk earlier, but we stopped doing that. There's a lot of adulteration in that local stuff. We started using this stuff. It's always standard. The taste is always the same. So this is what I use, and this is what we'll be using today evening. So the measurement for this ideally is 1.5 cup, but you may have to vary the measurement according to the kind of maida and the makki atta you have, right? Because sometimes if the makki atta is thicker or more finer, the absorption rate of the liquid will vary, right? So you want to make it, so the final goal is to make it into a runny consistency, like a cake batter. So this is 1/2 cup, okay? This is 1/2 cup. I'm pouring in 1/2 cup. I'm keeping another 1/2 cup ready. So what we'll do is we'll just mix up this 1 cup, this 1/2 cup first. Okay, then we'll add another 1/2 cup. Okay, and so this is the third 1/2 cup, which is 1.5 cups. We've already added 1 cup to this. I'll be adding half more cup. This is 1/2 cup of milk. And you just stir it nicely. Ideally, see what happens if you don't sieve your flours, your makki atta and your maida. What will happen is that they'll become lumpy and they'll form lumps inside, and you don't want lumps inside, right? They don't form lumps. Also, when you add the butter in there, the butter kind of helps it form lumps, right? So the lumps formed by butter are fine because it has butter in there, right? So when you eat it, there'll be a little flavor bomb of butter in there. So that works, right? Okay. So we added 1.5 cup, and you can see the consistency is still not there. So we are not there yet. So I'm gonna add a little bit more milk. I'm gonna add about 1/4, 1/4 cup of milk. So this is 1/2 cup. So this becomes 1/4 cup. Cup of milk. Yeah. You just keep stirring nicely. Ideally what I would do, okay, so ideally what I would do is that mix this up and leave this for about 15-20 minutes. Maybe 15 minutes is good. You leave it for 15 minutes, So what happens is that all the liquids from the milk and stuff is all absorbed into the batter, right? Okay, so we have this consistency and we are still not fully ready. We need to add a little bit more. So I'm going to add about 1/4 cup more. So this makes our total count to 2 cups of milk. We have total of 2 cups of milk. Yeah, so here we go. Okay, so it's getting much nicer. And now is the time when I'm gonna add my green chili, right? So you could take green chili paste. What I've done is so Vrinda, I have used about 2 cups of milk. You could so you could add or decrease according to the kind of flours you're using. And Harshada, I'm making chili corn cheesecake. No worries if you're late. I'll be sharing the recipe in the comments later. So don't worry, and you can also review this video, right? So I like it spicy, right? So if you like it spicy, you want to add about so much, about like 3/4 spoons of green chilies to this, right? You could add a little bit more. You know what? Life is short. Yeah. So life is short. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more chili to it. Make it one even spoon. So we have 1 spoon of the green chilies in there. Yeah, can you guys see this? Okay, so now at this point the whole thing is pretty open, right? You guys can add whatever you want to this. So let's say if you want to add some coriander, if you want to add some dhania, you want to add some oregano or some chili flakes, you could do that. Shubhaga, the consistency should be like an idli batter, maybe a little bit thicker. So this is so Vandana, these are actually crushed chilies. I have not used a fine chili paste. You could use whatever, right? I like crushed chilies because see, there are small pieces in there, right? So this gives a nice little texture while eating. So this is why I've put in the chilies. Now what I've done, so I have my old trusty oven which has been around probably since before I was there. I have put it on preheat. Put it on around 200 degrees is the standard temperature you should use for this. So 200 degrees, yeah. And okay, I have a couple of questions. Let me just get to those. Okay. Yeah. So he preheated to 200 degrees, and while you're preheating, so there's one more step left to finish this, right? But before that, you want to get a cake pan ready. I have a cake pan also, but I have taken a bread pan as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grease this bread pan. I'm just using regular vegetable oil. You could use any kind of oil. You could use soybean oil. You could use olive oil. Just whatever oil you want to use. Just add some in there. And be generous, right? Don't skimp on the oil because it's going to get stuck, right? And then just nicely spread it all the way to the sides, bottom, everywhere, right? So your whole pan is nicely greased now. Now that is greased, and now there's one last step remaining. Meena, yeah, actually, so the thing is, you can use buttermilk if you want instead of butter or regular milk. That's fine too. It's up to you. But the problem is that you want to adjust the sourness, right? Because sometimes buttermilk does get a little bit khatta, right? Yeah, so the amount, so Savita, yes, the amount of butter and cheese does impact the final product, which is why I haven't added so much. I added like one spoon of one tablespoon of butter, and probably like less than a fourth, 1/4 cup of cheese. So but there are other variations you can do, like if you want to add more cheese, so there are other variations you can do, which I'll tell you later at the end of the episode. So this is the most important ingredient of them all. This is vinegar, right? I'm going to add 1 spoon of vinegar. And why we add vinegar is because we are not adding any leavening agents. We've added baking soda to this, right? So when you add baking soda and you add an acid, which is vinegar, right? So when you add this acid to it, it will react with the baking soda and it will start bubbling. So when it starts bubbling, it helps to leaven and it will leave your product a little bit more fluffy, right? So I don't know if you guys can see, yeah. Okay, so I guess you guys can see, so when I add this spoon of vinegar to this, it's going to start bubbling a little bit. I will bring the camera in closer to show you guys before I start stirring it. Okay, here it is. I'm going to bring the camera to the product. You guys just have a look, right? Okay, so here's the vinegar. I'm going to start stirring this, and you'll see the difference. Yeah, so there we go. The colors change a little bit because now air is now incorporated into the mix, right? So we're incorporating air into the mix. So here's your final batter. This is the consistency, I'm bringing the camera closer so you guys can see. This is the consistency you want to have your batter at. See, this is the consistency. If you can see, there are small pockets of air in there. So that is what we need. It is actually desirable. So we need those air pockets in there. Okay. So back to this. Now, yeah. So okay. Nidhi, I'll be posting the recipe in the comments later. Shubhaga, yes, you can use apple cider vinegar. Better not to use lemon juice. Best if you use the vinegar. Asumi, Nidhi, don't worry. I will be sharing the recipe at the end of this in the comment section. Also, the video will be saved to the Amul page, so you can obviously go back and rewatch this video in case you missed any directions or any instructions. So don't worry about the recipe. If you haven't written it down, that's fine. Yeah, so Mauli, you also said that you asked me if you can use lemon instead of vinegar. Better if you use vinegar. If you want something healthier, just use this. So this is what I also use, right? So that was regular vinegar. I have this apple cider vinegar. So this is 100% organic. So this is what I use in my products, right? So you could use that as well. I haven't used it today. I've just used regular processed vinegar, just for the because not everybody has apple cider vinegar at home. So you can use anything. That's fine. Kunjal, I'll be sharing the recipe in the comments. You can also review the recipe, the whole video again. And Vrinda, you could kind of compare it to dhokla. So this is a version of cornbread, right? So cornbread is a Tex-Mex / American food item. So I've kind of converted it to this with cheese and butter and stuff. So this is an adaptation of the cornbread. So that's what I have done. You could compare it to dhokla, but it is quite different from the dhokla, right? And so here it is. So now we have this nicely greased pan. Now this is the most important step in this recipe, and you have to follow this. If you don't, then your final product will not come out the way you want it to. So the key is not to fill the entire thing. The key is to fill it to a 1/4 inch to 1 inch maximum height, right? Do not fill your cake pan with more than 1 inch of the batter, because the center will not cook properly. The insides will be a little soggy. If you want it nicely done, you want to keep it at 1 inch, right? So I'm just going to pour this in. Should have got a spatula, right? Oh well. So this is the amount of stuff that I have put in. I'm going to put the camera on top, right? Shake it a little bit, and I am going to go ahead and put this in the oven now, right? Preheated, and I'm going to put this right in. Okay, so while the food is cooking, I want to show you guys. I've already gone ahead and made some cornbread earlier. I'm going to change the angle. Yeah, so I've already gone ahead and made some cornbread earlier to show you the chili cheese corn cake earlier, and I'm going to show you what it looks like, the final product, right? The thing is, I have put it in a round pan and it's out, and I'm going to cut it on camera to show you guys what it looks like. So let's do that. So here, this is You bake it for around 10 to 12 minutes. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you so much for the kind words. I hope so too. So Usha, you can put it in a loaf tin or a cake tin. Like see this one, I put in a cake tin, right? So it depends on how many people are eating, how big you want. Yes, you can steam it like idlis. I was going to mention that at the end. If you do not have an oven, you can steam it. You can put it in a steamer or put it in your idli steamer or your pressure cooker on without the whistle on steam mode. You can do all of that. So yeah, this is what it looks like. Let's give it a little cut, right? I'm going to put it down and cut it for you guys. So yeah, this is the cross section of the. You know what? Let me change the angle a little bit. Yeah, guys, can you see? This is the cross section. You can see the piece of. 1 second, some stuff is falling. Yeah, you can see the cross section of the chili in there, and you can see the texture of the bread. How nice it is. So this is the final thickness you want. You can get it. You can get it a little bit thicker if you like. So the amount of time you want to bake it depends on your oven. So usually it is 10 to 12 minutes. So my oven, since it's a very old oven, I bake it for longer because the temperature isn't really on there. You know what? I will do a recipe recap in the end. Let me just check the time. How much time we have? Okay, so it's already 4:30. So yeah. So let's start with the recipe recap while this is cooking. So okay. So here's the recipe recap. Okay, if you guys have a pen and paper, write it down. If you don't worry about it. I am going to share the recipe in the comment section of this video once the live is finished, right? Okay, so here's the recipe. Write it down if you guys want. Hi Nikita. Yeah, I'll show you when it's done also. You can add, yes Arshdeep, you can add veggies to it. You can add whatever you want. So yeah, so okay, so let me just tell you guys the recipe first, so we don't miss out on that. It's 1 cup cornmeal, which is makki atta, 1 cup maida. If you don't want this much maida, you can half the hi Garima. If you don't want this much maida, you can half the quantity of maida and up the makki atta quantity. 1 tablespoon baking powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda. I usually like to add some honey to this, but I have not added honey to it today. So up to you guys. If you want to add honey, you can add 1 tablespoon of honey to it. Half a tablespoon of salt, or more or less as much as you want to taste. I have put close to 2 cups of milk in this, but that depends on the kind of raw material you're using, right? So if your makki atta is thinner or thicker depending on how it's ground. So Jayashree Reddy, which oven? You could use any nice convection oven. Go for any good reputed brand. I have a very old oven, so I don't think these are even made anymore. So this is Racold. It's a very old school oven. It's been around since I was a small boy, and it still works, so I like it. And yeah, so then you add close to 2 cups of milk, depending on how much. I mean the kind of raw material we used. We just check on the stuff once real quick. So yeah, and the final thing is 1 tablespoon vinegar and 1 tablespoon green chili. You want to add the vinegar towards the end after everything has been mixed together. Don't add it before, or you will curdle the milk. Your milk will become paneer inside this if you add it before everything is mixed. So yeah, so that's it. So that's all that goes in. Again, if you missed it, I will be putting it in the comment section, so don't worry guys. And I'm gonna pull out. You know what? Why don't we just check the oven then? Let's just check the oven. Right? Let me just wear my gloves. 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna open the oven now. Give you an idea of where it's at. There it is. It's already cooking. If you can see the crack marks on top, it's already, you know, started fluffing up. It's nice and fluffed up because of the baking soda and the baking powder and the vinegar, so which is extremely important. Pooja, you can use buttermilk if you like. I prefer milk just because. Savita, we have to bake it for 10 to 12 minutes, or depending on, you know, if it should get this final color on top. What I also like to do is I like to I like to turn down the temperature, right? So I turn down the temperature. So you start off at 200, then after a few minutes you can turn it down to 150 so that the insides start cooking as well. And how do you eat this cake? Okay, Kavita. So the thing is, you can temper it like dhokla. You can have it just by itself. You can dip it in salsa. You can have beans with it. You know, you can dip it in beans, or you can just take the whole thing. So you can take this whole thing. Okay, once it's done, you can grate some cheese, corn cake pizza. So double bake it. You could do that. This is a great, you know, great side accompaniment for any kind of food you have, any kind of gravies you have, or just a snack by itself, right? You can have coffee or chai and just have it as a snack. You know, one of these pieces as a snack. So if you're having a nice sweet chai, like how I like my chai to be sweet, if you if you're having a nice sweet chai, this is a good side to have with that. And so what I'm doing at home today, I'll tell you how we're going to eat it at home, right? Since I've made this and I've made that, and I have more in the fridge, more batter in the fridge, and I have this, which means guess what's for dinner? For dinner we have this. So everybody wanted something else with this, so I am making chipotle beans, right? So what I'm doing is, I didn't have black beans because of lockdown, so I got these rajma, and rajma is already soaked. Once it gets done, I'm going to cook it with tomato, green chili, bay leaves, cumin, onion, garlic, and some chipotle peppers in there, so it gives a nice smoky flavor. We're gonna have that. I'm gonna have a nice salsa on the side. We're gonna top this. We're gonna top this with the beans, and we're gonna pour some salsa on top and some cheese, and that's what we'll have. And for best results, use Amul cheese, of course. That's what we use, and that's why, you know, I'm actually doing this for Amul. So. Yes, Sarita, I did add cheese to it. I did add cheese to it. About one fourth cup of cheese, right? Khushbu, 1/4 cup of cheese. Don't go too overboard on the cheese because it may not rise, you know, once you bake it. So it may get too dense. So you don't want it too dense. It's a mix of dense and fluffy. So it's somewhere in between your regular cake and a brownie, right? So that's the texture. Khushbu added about one fourth cup of cheese. Hi Shiraz, no worries, you missed it. But the thing is, what will happen is you didn't really miss it because this is still going to be available on the Amul page even after the live is done. So once that is done, we'll still be available. You can still go and watch the video, and I will be sharing the recipe in the comments. As soon as this is shared, so you guys have it up there for reference. The directions are already there in there. You know, I have already explained how to make it. I will still, you know, again go ahead and explain it in the comments page. So I think we are almost done. I don't know if it's browned yet or not, which is why I, you know, made the other one. So it's not browned yet, but it is cooking. It is cooking. There it is. It's cooking, and you can see the butter. I don't know if you can see it, but the butter has risen to the top a little bit, and you can see the pieces of chilies in there, and it smells fabulous, guys. Trust me, you know, and it's very simple, right? You can make this with any limited ingredients that you have at home. So yeah, you could add yeast, and Savita, you could add yeast. See, shelf life is the same as what your regular bread would be, right? So probably a couple of days, 2-3 days, right? So yeah, so 2-3 days in the fridge. And the thing is, you could add yeast to it. I haven't tried with yeast, but if you add yeast, which means you'll have to knead it, and when you knead it, so that the texture will change. So you could add yeast, definitely could add yeast. Also, yeast also has its own flavor, so keep that in mind when you add yeast. Charu, you could. It's best to add processed. but you know, that's a personal choice, because I like more stronger flavors, which is why I have added processed. You could also use mozzarella if you like it more stringy, or you know, more milder and not so strong. Karthik, hi Karthik. So Karthik, yeast is important because it helps in leavening, but this is a non-yeast recipe. We are doing a baking soda and baking powder recipe. Why? Because this is supposed to be a quick bread, right? This is a quick cake. If we add yeast, it has to be let for a few hours to prove. You have to also knead the dough for it to develop the glutinous texture, right? So this is a whole different process. You can add yeast if you like, but again, yeast has its own flavor, which some of you may or may not like with this flavor profile. Amul has a pizza cheese, right? So it is a good combination of processed cheese and mozzarella. So it's not too mild and not too strong. Jayashree, I would not add mayonnaise to that, because mayonnaise will not serve any purpose, right? You could. Oh, hi, Chef Neeraj. How are you? Good to see you. So we have Chef Neeraj from Trident Udaipur. You know, he's coming to say hi. So, anyways, so don't add mayonnaise to this. You can add it as you can use it as a dip, right? So if you have a bottle of mayo, you can add some masalas and spices or any sauce to it to make a dip to dip it in, and you can have it as a side. I would not use it in this because it'll just ruin the product. So any more questions? We've come to the end of the entire session. Everything is done. The cake is baked. I'll show you the other one too, the one inside, before we sign off. I don't think it's going to get fully browned by the time we finish this session, which is why I baked the other one. So turn it up a little bit. So yeah, that's that. Any more questions before I sign off? Yeah? No? Maybe? Okay, so I guess that's it for today's live. I'd like to say thank you to Amul India for bringing me on here. Thank you everybody for watching this live session of mine. I hope I gave you guys some sort of value, and also I hope I gave you something that you can make easily at home. Savita, yes, it'll be close to bread. It will be porous. See, this is the texture. Savita, if you can look, this is the texture. This is what it'll be like. So not as porous as bread, but yeah, very close to bread, and it is nice and spongy. See, I can press it. It's nice and spongy. Saroj, you can rewatch this video when it's done, and I'll be also sharing the recipe in the comments once this is done, so you'll have the recipe then. So yeah, that's all we have for today. Thank you all for signing on. Thank you, Amul India. And if you guys liked what I have made today, follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. I am on Facebook as Devansh Javeri. My name's there. And on Instagram, I am as Devansh Javeri 1111. That is 4 1s after my name. So follow me on Instagram, and hope to see you guys around. Be safe, stay home, and I'll see you guys around. Have a good week, guys. Bye bye.